We are on the right side. So the back layer is closed and we have this layer to close as well. We have our new yarns, set of yarns, the dark and the light, each with its own tapestry needle and about 4 times the width of the cowl. I'm going to use the same chart, although I marked it. I'm going to mark it maybe in a different way. And we are actually working the same row. When we do double knitting, we work the same row all the time, back and forth, back and forth. Now we did it just the wrong side first, and now we are going to work the second time the same row on the right side. So although it's a wrong side row from the chart, now we are working the right side, which means we are reading it from right to left because it's a right side, and we are working the same color as we see in the chart because we're on the right side. So if the chart shows a light color, we are going to work a light color, so that's easier for us. So let's take our new yarns. The first stitch is stitch number 1 and it's a light color, and stitch number 2 will be a dark color. To attach the yarn, I'm not doing anything special. I am just starting to work with the yarn and I'm leaving a long enough tail to use some duplicate stitches to weave it in. So let's place the stitches on the needles. It's going to be exactly the same. We're going to just start together and then you'll be able to do it yourself. So remember we said the first stitch, the light stitch, is going to just be the setup for both stitches. So we're going to work this stitch with the light stitch purlwise and leave it on. And I'm leaving long enough tail, so not too short. I do need to use it for duplicate stitch. And then bottom needle stays on, don't run away. Go under the needle and then knitwise on the top needle on the first stitch, and again leave it on, yarn under the needles. And we have the setup here with the light color. And that's enough for stitch number 1. Now we are starting to read the chart. Stitch number 2 is a dark one. We're going to use the dark color, leave the tail. And now it's the 4 steps that we know for grafting already. I'm sure you know it by heart. It's knit off, purl on for the bottom needle. I'm going to pull through and make sure I have enough tail to weave in the ends and stop there. We're going to go to the top needle, yarn underneath the needle and work purl off. And before I do that, you see that I have the yarn here, the light yarn, and I'm not sure if to go over it, under it, and this is why I want to take it back between the needles so it's not in my way, under this needle, and lay it flat here so I don't get confused about what to do with it. Now we can go to work the top needle, so purl off and then knit on, leave it on, pull the yarn through and under both needles. And we have some tails here, so at the beginning it's going to be a bit fiddly. Make sure it's under both needles and pull tight enough. Never mind if you have a gap here, we always have the yarns of the tails to do the little finish and connect everything here. So our 2 first stitches are worked, and from now on it's smooth sailing, and I know that you know already what to do. Let's really delete them so we don't get confused. We have 3 light stitches and we're going to work them as light stitches because we're on the right side. So I'm placing my dark yarn here, taking my light yarn under the bottom needle and knit off, purl on from the bottom needle, then go to the top and purl off, knit on the top needle, yarn underneath. Make sure you're not pulling too much and the tail is not getting too short, just in the first stitches. From now on it's not gonna move anywhere. So yarn underneath, down, and that was stitch 1. Stitch 2, knit off, purl on at the bottom, then purl off, knit on at the top, and stitch 3, knit off, purl on at the bottom, and purl off, knit on at the top, and that's stitch number 3. Yarn underneath the top needle to the center and we're going to switch yarns. Let's go to the chart. These 3 stitches are done and we have 3 dark stitches which we're going to work as dark. So we know the steps, we know the method, we know how to change the yarns. Colors are the same as the chart, reading it from right to left. Let's go ahead and finish the cowl. We can meet again just to see how to finish the last stitches and then we are done. I reached the last 2 stitches, which is dark and light. It's the right side. I'm going to work them as dark and light. And once again, I assume you will also see this with your project. 3 stitches here and 2 stitches at the top. And that's fine because that's how it is. The dark stitch is the stitch that we're working now. So remember, this one belongs to the previous stitch and this is actually the next stitch that we're working. It's going to be dark and light. Let's take the dark color and we're going to work it under the needle. So that's the dark stitch. Knit off, purl on for the dark stitch. Underneath the needle, we're going to go to the top needle and let's do the purl off, knit on for this one and pull the yarn through underneath the needles. And then the last stitch is a light stitch. I'm going to bring this yarn forward between the needles, take the light yarn underneath the bottom needle, and we're going to work it knit off and still on the needle. This is where we have one stitch left. And then for the last stitch, we're going to work a purl on the top needle, take it off, and then go back to the bottom needle and knit this stitch and take it off as well. And this concludes our grafting right side, wrong side, and I think it's a really nice seam. After blocking, I assume it's even going to be better. So right side, that's the wrong side. Let's go. You have the video for concealing all the yarns with duplicate stitch. Block the cowl and enjoy it.